Ladies and gentlemen, friends, a warm welcome to our conference, Women and Sport in Europe, Past and Present, which we are holding in partnership with Ischia Cultura and the Center for the History of Women Philosophers and Scientists under the patronage of the Regione Campania. Last month in Lisbon at the UEFA Congress, the Union of European Football Associations, values such as human rights, gender equality and transparency were up for vote with Lise Klaveness, Norway's FA president. Tragically, she failed in the election to the Executive Committee, which will remain an all-male business. Later in April, Germany's Home Affairs Minister Nancy Faeser also called for more equality in the world of sports. Especially at international level, the associations are often still largely all-male clubs. These closed circles of power are completely outdated, said the politician. Many top floors of sports associations need to be properly aired. This conference is a step in that direction. To rid the world of toxic patriarchal air, we need to change the culture that surrounds it, both diachronically and synchronically. In fact, we diligently learned the works of our classical culture and took what we read at face value, but no scholar had ever examined bias in the translations and interpretations or included women's perspective. Only recently, Professor Emily Wilson in Philadelphia translated the Odyssey with a gender-fair view. This is one of the first translations of the Odyssey by a woman at all. Among other things, she tells how the old male scholars, for example, when speaking of a single woman in the original, translated her as a prostitute. This means that almost everything we have learned and transmitted about our culture, history, art, religion, politics, economy, philosophy, science, and sport, in short, all of our knowledge gives only one side of the story. This is not just a great loss, but above all, an injustice that robs all of us, women and men alike, and the planet of tremendous potential. My dear friends, we have a lot to do, but we are not alone. Among all the women and men working on epistemic justice, as the philosopher Professor Miranda Fricker calls it, there is our co-host, Professor Ruth Hagengruber. In 2016, she founded the Center for the History of Women Philosophers and Scientists to uncover the contributions of women to the history of philosophy and science. The conference Women and Sport in Europe is our contribution to it. And this is how it started. Last year, we met the organization Pro Loco L'Acquameno on the island of Ischia. It is engaged in a social-cultural project named Ischia Cultura for users between 15 and 18, with the aim of making them aware of cultural heritage, local history, culture, and, of course, the hot springs generated by the volcano under the island. At some point, they mentioned the archaeological site and the marble chippos dedicated to Seia Spes, a female runner who won a race at the Olympic Games in 154 AD after Christ. Since the traditional classicists have always drummed it into us that women in ancient times were not allowed to do sports, we thought with Catherine Cigliano and Stefania Guarracigno about organizing a conference on women and sports in Europe yesterday and today. That is usually the best way to learn more and at the same time to enhance visibility. The marble chippos dedicated to the female runner Seia Spes is a treasure because it confirms that the ancient text and the mystifying values that have been handed down should be corrected. Our aim is not only to give space to the other side of the story, but also to deepen knowledge of the subject, to give Seia Spes, her memorial stone, and the archaeological treasure of Ischia more visibility. Moreover, it is important to inform and inspire young people about their cultural heritage and enhance cultural tourism. To present and define the event, we organized a meeting last February at the Buchna High School in Ischia. The warm welcome of so many committed people from different positions, disciplines, and ages was amazing. The vibrant personal interaction, especially after the pandemic, was crucial to the success of the project. Then we visited the marble Chippos for the first time and noticed that it was simply out in the open in the churchyard of Santa Restituta in L'Acquameno, leaning against the wall without any sign or description. Furthermore, the museum, with a rich archaeological site located under the church grounds, has been closed for 10 years. Also, it was worrying to see how different Ischia is outside the summer season. The beautiful gardens such as Giardini Ravino and Giardini della Mortella, almost all excellent thermal resorts, and most of the hotels, restaurants, and shops were closed. The traditional art of viticulture, the blossoming lemon and orange trees, and the fine Mediterranean cuisine, part of the cultural heritage, are there all year round. These could attract nature and cultural lovers, but also off-season ecological visitors. It could even make business more sustainable, and so protect the environment and ensure that young people do not have to leave for the big cities. In the same way, cultural entrepreneurs could have plenty to do on Ischia and all over the world. We can generate profits with cultural heritage, but we must be careful not to maximize them so as to preserve both the cultural heritage and the environment for future generations. Our cultural heritage and environment are, in fact, a treasure that connects the whole of Europe. Conferences like this one seek to promote the participation of committed and competent citizens in the public sphere and to strengthen institutions that bring out the best in human beings. In this spirit, we are grateful to our speaker from Ischia, Carla Tufano of the municipality, Catherine Cigliano and Stefania Guarracino of Ischia Cultura. Special thanks go to Assunta Barbieri, principal of the Buchna High School, and to Anna Verde, a teacher at the high school who tells us about the legendary life of Marion Dönhoff, her neighbor in Ischia and founder of Die Zeit, a leading German newspaper. We look forward to insights into women and sport in antiquity from our distinguished speakers, Professor Diva Ninanni, Professor Mariangela Cattonio, and Professor Vincenzo Di Meglio. They all and the students of Liceo Buchna welcomed us warmly and shared their unique culture and arts. Thank you so much. We are grateful to our speaker, Professor Felice Casucci, member of the Giunta Regionale Campania, for his participation. Cordial thanks to the Regione Campania for taking on the patronage. This recognition is a great honor for us. We are also looking forward to Dr. Sabine Vuig's presentation. She will be reporting from Paris, where the OECD is based, and will describe the recent study on the high economic cost of missing physical activity with specific data for women and for men. And of course, very special is our speaker from Rome, the philosopher Professor Riccardo Pozzo, who is currently organizing the World Congress of Philosophy to be held next year. Today, he will talk about the concept of sport in philosophy. He also introduced us to the archaeologist Professor Gloria Olcese and her incredible knowledge, network, and commitment to our extraordinary historical heritage. To mention all our fantastic speakers would take too long, but I must highlight the importance of the video made by the students of Liceo Buchna. It was a challenge and they pulled it off. Congratulations to Sabrina Amalfitano, Veronica Amalfitano, Mirea Buonocore, Lucia Di Meglio, Adriano Ferrandino, Miriam Formisano, Brigida Giobba, Caterina Petrillo, Sara Restituto, Giorgia Sasso, Gaia Savastano, Asia Spignese, Chiara Angelica Taglialatela. Best wishes to you all. And best wishes also to the student and judo champion Michela Terranova. We hope that this event can bring Europe closer to young and old alike, because Europe consists of institutions, but above all of people. We are pleased to present a program in which women dominate. This enables an unusual and extraordinary perspective. Thanks to the event, a valuable network has been created, and unexpected, powerful ideas in the interest of women, men, and the planet will emerge. A big thank you to our sponsor, Sending Blue, for contributing to the costs of the conference. We apologize in advance if there are any technical glitches or unexpected program changes. Please bear with us. We wish everyone an inspiring day. Thank you.